In the video, several young people intend to do a challenge to test their courage by visiting an empty building that is known to have been abandoned for quite a long time. Armed with an infrared camera, they try to prove the rumors about the hauntedness of the building. And unexpectedly, they have not yet started testing their courage into the building. Without realizing it, something that looks scary is accidentally caught on camera.
Cek ngelag nggak guys?
Masih ngelag nggak guys? Ini kita tanpa percayaan guys.
Ngelag nggak guys?
Masih ngelag nggak sih? Hah? Ngelag tuh sih?
Ngelag tuh sih?
Mana ngelag tuh?
Itu emang. Ting tiba-tiba ngelag.
Rasa ngelag gue ya.
When they were still preparing some of the functions of the tools and signals before entering the building, the infrared camera they were using at that time clearly captured the appearance of a strange, scary figure that was suspected to be a kuntilanak. The figure seemed to be staring at them from inside the room, and this recording was taken in dark conditions without lighting, so none of them were aware of the presence of the figure. Then, in short, the courage test challenge began. And exactly at 12 midnight here, the courage test participants began to feel strange things, such as the sounds of objects falling, and even he seemed to hear a faint groaning sound in his ears. And pay close attention. This is what was then recorded by the camera.
Tuh lihat, si Leo udah ngeliat. Naon suara dihandap naon? Nggak ada suara di sini, mah nggak ada suara apa-apa. Oke, si Leo. Wih, goblok kita si Leo nyadarin. Goblok.
The figure of the apparition thought to be a kuntilanak faintly reappeared and was seen in one of the rooms, causing one of those who was monitoring the recording to be immediately shocked and then quickly turn off the recording. A man who works in the port sector on the night shift suddenly felt goosebumps with the atmosphere around him. That night, when he was about to go to one of the toilets, he decided to turn on his cell phone camera and record his journey. But surprisingly, a moment after entering the toilet area, this is what made him shocked and scared. Without any clear origin, suddenly a mysterious woman appeared standing in the doorway of the toilet. The figure seemed to be standing still, as if watching the man from a distance. Of course, that immediately made him panic and scared. But the scary incident did not end there. A few moments later, something much more terrifying appeared, until finally, this man chose to run away from that place because he could not hold back his fear. The following video was recorded by a man who worked at an amusement park until late at night. At that time, he was finishing his work before going home. However, when he was about to turn off the lights in the toilet area, suddenly something happened, which surprised and frightened him.
Awean udah beres, tinggal mati-matiin lampu. Astaga, goblok. Aduh, siapa tuh? Waduh. Siapa tuh? Aduh.
As recorded by his camera, suddenly, a scary figure appeared in the toilet room. The figure looked long-haired, with a very scary face. And when trying to make sure who was teasing him, but more surprisingly, the figure suddenly disappeared into the toilet cubicle without a trace. So that immediately made this man even more panicked and scared.
Astaga, goblok. Aduh, siapa tuh? Waduh. Siapa tuh? Aduh.
The next scary video comes from a ghoster from Indonesia, namely Satpam Explore, where this time he dared to re-enter the haunted area that he had previously visited. That night, he dared to come alone and return to the place where he had been surprised by the appearance of a kuntilanak figure that terrorized them. And sure enough, it didn't take long. Something scary happened again.
Allah Akbar. Itu apa sebelah sana itu? Allah Akbar. Apa itu? La ilaha illallah. Ini sosok yang kemarin kan? Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar. Apa tadi itu?
Precisely when this man was walking towards a hut, the figure believed to be the kuntilanak who had terrorized him in that place suddenly reappeared and seemed to be watching him from a distance. Then the figure moved, flying, and surprisingly reappeared right in front of him, so that this man was shocked and scared.
Allahu Akbar. Apa itu? Ini Allah. Ayo berani. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah.
In short, after a few moments of calming down, he finally decided to return to the hut and pay close attention. This is what happened next.
Ada suara. Itu kedengaran suara langkah kaki itu.
A boy who was alone at home that night was busy watching TV in his room. But not long after, he began to hear strange sounds from downstairs. Feeling scared, but also curious, then this boy tried to dare to record with his cell phone while checking the source of the sound. And pay close attention to this, which was successfully recorded by his camera.
Hola, gente. Otra vez el ruido ese. Poco estoy haciendo compañía hoy, pero ya estoy sola. Todavía se escucha un ruido de abajo. Y la verdad que no sé. Ay, la con olor a algo ahí. Sora. Sora, subí. Ay, no, lo siento. Nera.
Right in the area of the stairs leading to his room, a pair of pale hands appeared faintly on one of the steps. Because he couldn't see clearly, the boy tried to get closer to make sure. But suddenly, the pair of hands disappeared and made the boy even more frightened. In this footage, two men try to conduct a paranormal investigation on a plantation owned by a resident. The plantation is known to be haunted because there are often strange apparitions that make residents reluctant to be around the plantation. They also try to prove for themselves the existence of a supernatural entity that is believed to inhabit the place. And pay close attention to what will be recorded below. It really looks scary. As we can see, when this man tried to communicate with the supernatural entity that resides in the location, suddenly a figure in the form of a man appeared who was vaguely visible standing in a dark area. And if you look closely, the figure appears headless. However, its appearance only lasted a short time before finally the figure disappeared again, who knows where. The following creepy video comes from an upload on Maman's YouTube channel, where this time he shared a recording that was taken while solo camping in a haunted forest. And that night, it was said that there were many strange things that happened there. Even more surprising, at this moment, he also managed to capture the phenomenon of the following creepy apparition. As recorded by the camera, there was an apparition of a figure that looked like a kuntilanak, whose appearance began with the sound of strange sounds that were quite clear to the ear. The figure appeared to be standing not far from the tent and was seen facing away from the camera. Then not long after that, the figure began to fade and disappeared, who knows where. In this video, a man who was resting in his room suddenly felt disturbed by strange sounds coming from under the bed. The sound appeared several times, making him feel uncomfortable. Feeling annoyed and curious, he immediately turned on his cell phone camera to check directly under his bed, and what will be recorded below is truly shocking. While checking under the bed, his camera caught a pair of pale feet that suddenly appeared. But when the camera was redirected to the same place, strangely, the figure was no longer there. And before he could calm down, something much more terrifying suddenly appeared again, leaving this man shocked and scared.